So we're gonna do a little declutter today, and I have some ground rules. So basically, if it is older than my child, if it smells weird, if the color is wrong for me, it's got to go. And I have a lot. And the sad part about this is like, I've done these declutters already, like not that long ago, and I still just have like you guys, that wasn't even, like, I'm talking, like, there's a lot of stuff here that is just not working for me anymore. So let's jump in. Okay, so this is a Kir Weiss pan. Obviously very loved, but like, what is going on here? This stuff smells so funky. So I'm gonna pop that pan out and we'll save the packaging for when I eventually get another one of these. But like, that's the thing, is like a lot of these more natural brands don't use a lot of preservatives, especially if they're an anhydrous formula. So I think it's very, very important to pay attention to what is happening with them, because that is pretty gross. Honestly, all of these creams need to come out of the collector's kit as well. These are so old. They smell a little off. Thankfully, I do have a replacement for Sun Touched. I love that color. But all of these are really old, and like I said, more natural brands, less preservatives. They're not gonna have a long, long shelf life, which a lot of times people hold on to their makeup well past shelf lives anyway. But again, so important to really pay attention to what is going on with your products. So we need to pop those out as well. This stuff, I don't know. At first I really liked it, but the smell is kind of weird. It smells like Palmolive dish soap to me, and I'm just not feeling this anymore. It's just, something's not right with it. I also got it at like TJ Maxx, which might be part of the problem too. It's probably really, really old. Now in these Sappho blushes, like, there's really nothing, that color looks so weird here. It's actually much more like pinky in person. This color is just not right for me. And obviously, like, I hadn't used it that much, but here's the problem with it. It's way too cool for my skin tone. I look better in warmer tones, but when I got this one, I was a redhead still, and I went against like the thing of like actually getting stuff that worked really well with my skin tone, and I used more cool tones to kind of contrast my hair because it was so much like orangey pink with the red hair. And so I had a lot more like cool tone products, but this is just not working for me. I never grab it. It's taking up space. That's got to go. But the cool thing about it is these little pans. I love these magnetic bottom pans because then you can pop in different little compacts and pans of color. So that's pretty awesome. We will hang on to that. I don't hate this. It's a vapor eyeshadow. I don't hate it, but like, something about these textures is just kind of off to me. Like, they're not as smooth and buttery as I like my eyeshadows. They feel a little bit gritty. And I'm not reaching for it. It's not getting love, so I'm gonna find it a new home. To be honest, the rest of my palettes and stuff, like, most of this is just fine. Like, I have no problems with this stuff. This is brand new, and I might actually do a giveaway because I already have one. So I'm gonna get back to you on a giveaway for this. But let's move onward. Okay, so this was a PR thing, and it's actually really nice. I just don't reach for it. I don't get excited about this. I don't know. It's gotta go. And let's see, all of these are fine. This is brand new. Love this color. It's called Georgia. It's beautiful on. Let's move up here. I love this. This, jury's out. I don't know how I feel about it. This, I don't use that much. The color is not great on me, but it's really expensive and I just can't bring myself to throw it out right now. This is way too light for me. Let's take a gander over here. This is also way too light for me, but I'm gonna hold on to it because I could probably use this as like an eyeshadow primer. Yeah, the rest of that, this is all good. I have like 9,000 bronzers. I'm giving these to a friend and I've actually been holding on to them, but you know, coronavirus happened and now these have just been sitting here. So I have these for a friend. If you're watching this, Marissa, these are waiting for you because I know you needed some bronzer. Okay, let's move onward. Wow. there's a lot happening here. This color is way too pink for me. I just, no, it doesn't work for my skin tone. Blooming, I don't know. It's a really, really blue toned pink, and I, like, again, I look better in warmer shades, but I'm gonna hang on to this right now because I really love the Cloven Hello lipsticks, and I'm just too torn on that to like make a strong decision. Now, I got these little like MTU liquid eyeshadows in like a PR package from Octoly, but the truth is, like, I don't know, something about this formula just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't work for me. It's too foily and like not creamy enough. It dries down and feels almost like kind of plasticky. I don't know. These are not working for me. Honeybee Gardens palette. Now, I haven't used this burp in a while, and I don't know, I use a couple of these shades. Like, I don't really use the purple one a whole lot. Obviously, I like those two quite a bit, and then that one I don't really use. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pop this out because, again, I'm just not crazy about that shade. But I like this little container itself. This is good for travel, like if I want to change out some of the pans. So we will hold on to that. Now, oh God, I don't want to do this, but these have to go. These are older than my child. But if you like really balmy, slightly tinted lip colors, these Carrie Grant lip whips are amazing textures. But yeah, these are, well, it says December 2020. I don't know. That seems like a really, I don't know. That seems like a really long time to hold on to these because these are older than my baby. We'll hold on to them because they do have a date on them, but, which actually, I'm really glad that they did that. Thank you. Okay, you're not getting chunked. I like you a lot. Okay, this, I love this stuff, but this is way too old. And I don't understand why, but like Glossier has like a 6-month shelf life on a lot of their products, which I think is kind of weird. But this is really, really old, and I really should not be putting it on my face anymore. So that's gotta go. And what else? Oh boy. Okay, this one's not gonna be fun for me. This is my mascara drawer and like some eye stuff. Okay, these Ilia have to go. One or two of these was gifted from my friend who they just were not working for her. And this little sampler, these are all really, really old at this point, and I hate doing this, but you've got to go. And then the rest of this is actually pretty new. And now that there's some more room in there, I will take my YSL and my Glossier and pop those back in there because I still use those quite a bit and they're good. This also can go back in there. Now, going on to my lip drawer. This is good because it'll force me to clean everything really, really well. Okay, some of this is really old too. These Beauty Counter, these are too old. I should not be using those on my lips. I don't know, the rest of this is okay, I think. Some of it I just don't use all that much, but clearly I like a red or pink lip. Noticing a trend. Okay, let's like take a peek up here because I kind of looked up here and then I like went away from it. Most of this is actually newer. Like it doesn't, none of that really needs to go. I've got some samples in there. I don't know. Again, MTU, I kind of liked some of their stuff at first, but I don't know how I feel about the dry down of this. It kind of felt off to me. It's a little too matte. So that's gonna go too. And also, oh my gosh, I need to clearly clean my brushes. It's a little bit chaotic up here. So, okay, this Kir Weiss was a PR gift, and which is so lovely, but like it came to me broken, which was such a bummer. And I can't deal with this anymore. It's just so messy on my vanity. That's gotta go. A lot of this is new. Clearly I need to go through and clean all my brushes. This actually is pretty old too, and I have a new one that I need to crack open, so I'm gonna let this one go. No, I didn't get back in this corner very well. There's too many nooks and crannies. This Talk mascara is really, really good, but this is really, really old. Should not be going near my eyes. This, I'm gonna hold on to that. That should be okay. I'm really weird with mascara. Like, I don't want anything really, really old near my eyes. I have concerns about that. What are you? Oh, my crunchy. Let's see. Okay, so here's the thing with lipsticks is like if they start getting like little speckles around the outside of it, that's kind of like my deciding factor, which this one looks good though. So we're gonna hang on to that. A lot of times with this like waxy, balmy type of formula, I feel like you can get away with keeping it a little bit longer. Yeah, okay. So basically how I am deciding what I want to keep versus what I'm letting go color-wise, I took this quiz to determine like what my seasonal color palette is to figure out like what type of shades and undertones will look good on me, both with my makeup and with my clothing. And so yours truly is a warm autumn. So things with a very rich, warm undertone are going to look a lot more flattering on me than something with more of a blue base. So here's the caveat. When I had really, really orange, copper, red hair, I changed my makeup to more cool tones because it added more contrast. Because with my skin being a warmer tone, my hair being a warmer tone, and then adding warm makeup onto that, it was overwhelming, like pumpkin, too much warm tone. So I used cool makeup to make things stand out and kind of pop more. But now that I'm a brunette and my hair is actually, I haven't colored it in months, it's so close to my natural color at this point. I have shifted my makeup to be more warm to really accentuate my features, enhance my natural beauty, rather than trying to contrast and make things stand out differently. It just looks so much more natural and flattering. So I will link that quiz below because I do think it is super, super helpful. And especially with your wardrobe too. There are some pieces that are just the wrong color and I couldn't ever quite figure out why they just didn't look right on me. But, you know, thinking about it, it's like, duh, the undertones make such a huge difference in how things look on us. So, highly, highly recommend. I will drop that so you can go check it out, figure out what your color palette is, and everything is going to look stunning on you from here on out. Okay, these two, it's weird because they look so much more pink on camera than they do in person. They're very, very purple toned, and I just don't feel like they're as flattering on my skin as like a really peachy corally color. So I'm gonna let those go because I'm really not using them. And this is Blooming. Blooming, is that right? Yeah, Blooming from Clove and Hallow. And I just don't think that's the right color for my skin tone either. So I'm also gonna let that go. I loved it whenever I was a redhead, but I'm not a redhead anymore. So I needed to shift my makeup to look better with my skin tone rather than trying to find things that didn't compete with my hair. All right, so the moral of the story is I had way too much product. And it's so hard to like get through all of it sometimes. I have slowed down on my buying a lot because I don't like being wasteful. I really don't take a ton of PR anymore, except from brands that I know and love and have worked with really for a long time. So I'm not really getting too much waste that way. I just really need to slow it down and actually feel like I'm able to enjoy what I have. There's definitely this like pressure from like YouTube and Instagram, social media, influencer culture, whatever you want to call it, of like keeping up with the Joneses and like really staying on top of every new launch and this kind of thing. But that just feels so wasteful and not authentic to who I am to do that. Like, I would much rather like throw in some reviews here and there for you guys, but add value by teaching you how to apply different types of makeup or teaching you how I do some sewing or, you know, things that are not just like marketing related and like pushing product because that doesn't like fulfill me. That doesn't feel good. You know, like I am all about sharing things that I really, really love with you guys, but otherwise, it just doesn't sit well in my soul to just feel like I'm just selling, selling, selling. Like, that's not who I am. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little declutter sesh. And let me know, like, if you have any types of content that you want to see. Let me know what you think about my personal thoughts on like getting too much stuff. I just, I don't know if it's like the quarantine, I don't know what it is, but like I just really want to slow everything down, have less, live more, enjoy the little things in life, time with my kid, outside in the sun, with the husband when he comes home, cooking a beautiful meal. Like these are all things that like are deeply fulfilling to me beyond just like stuff. I love makeup. I love beautifying. I love that nurturing feminine aspect of the makeup industry, but like I definitely think that there's some broken elements of it, and like I think we all kind of needed to just take a step back. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, please let me know. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next time. Bye.